but they were done at the DeVille Manor back in the late 1980s by 6 or 7 ladies. The sort of the head of the thing, to my knowledge, is a lady named Bertie Mae DeMint Rogers, who was one of the DeMint printing company people. And she was really proud of these, and they gave them to the archives, I suspect, in the late 80s. And they've been on display off and on, but most of the time they've been in a cedar box out back because they're somewhat delicate, and of course sunlight's not good for them, and handling them is not good for them either. But they are not machine made, they're handmade. Every stitch on them, as you will see when you view the quilts. But each panel on the quilt denotes part of the history of Meridian. On each quilt there are 20 panels. Each panel deals with the settlers. It deals with places in Lauderdale County, events in Lauderdale County. Jimmy Rogers is there, the Key brothers are there, some of the old buildings are there, and then of course some of the things out into the county. The other quilt is the Lauderdale County quilt, but it goes with Sam Dale's monument out at Daleville, father of Lauderdale County, and then a map of the county in 1833 when it was Lauderdale County was born, and then Dancing Rabbit Creek and old homes and old hotels and Stuckey's Bridge. There's a little bit of everything for everybody on these quilts. They're quite nice, and through the years, off and on, we tried to have them framed, and it's a pretty large job, and it was difficult to find someone who would tackle it. And finally, I had some friends in Jackson at the old state Capitol Museum, and I was familiar with the framing and restoration of Confederate battle flags in their collection, and I talked to a friend over there and got the name of the man in Jackson that did it for the state archives, and carried the quilts over there, and they were able to frame them. Bringing them home was kind of tricky because we didn't want to break them. They're quite limber. It's real glass in them. And on top of that, we got into a rainstorm at Chunky. So thank goodness they were all covered and they got here dry. And we got them mounted on the wall. We certainly would like to invite people from the city of Meridian and Lauderdale County to come down and look at these quilts. They're truly, truly magnificent works. And I remember my grandmother used to quilt down in Covington County. I don't know quilting. I know people around here that do it now, but it's sort of a lost art, I would suspect. People used to do it to keep warm, but now I know my mother made some small quilts for grandchildren or great-grandchildren, but it's a lost art, and these quilts are certainly worth the trip down to see.